So here's an unpopular opinion. So I was just thinking, right, that it have certain people who really need validation in their life, and because they need validation, they pick up on something, right? Um, so it have this thing going around where people could choose like the pronouns, and they could be whoever they want to be, right? And that is a really good thing and a really bad thing, and like everything else, everything is a good and bad thing, right? It's all right. And my opinion on the pronouns thing is that everybody just feel differently at different points in their life. They just go through phases, and some phases are different than others. Some phases are permanent for others, like, um, and some aren't phases. So there are people who, yes, they really think it's not a phase, and they think that the maybe could be trans, and they believe it themselves, and then afterwards they realize that it was something that they needed to feel, and that was a way for them to get that feeling, which was that validation, that love, that acceptance, right? And the thing is, with me, when I was going through my own like change that I was going through, I actually thought that I was a guy, right? Like I believed in myself, like that dude is not a girl. It can't be that there's a girl. Like I don't feel like a girl. And I already had personality problems where my personality split off into different people, right? So I just thought it was not just an ex personality that was coming forward. So like you don't know what that person experiencing in their mind. You don't know if it is that they have something going on mentally that you don't understand, and that is the only way of understanding it or coping with it is the belief that he is not the gender that he was born in, right? I'm not talking about the people who's born as a boy and then the whole life they feel like they was born in the wrong body. Like I never feel like that. Yes, I did at some point all the time felt like I didn't want to be a girl. There were times when I was just like, you know what, I feel more comfortable being somebody else that is not me, because who I was fading away, and I was losing who I was. My identity was being stripped away, and my parents was not the people who I thought they was, and my siblings, they were full of resentment and hate, and it was just like nobody could find love between each other. So I went through a phase of dying from the identity that I used to be, and being reborn. And in that process, I really believed that that my gender was not there. Like it was no gender there, and I still believe that. I still feel like I have no gender. Like I don't care about the roles that come with the male or the female. Like I don't think that I was born to be a wife, to wash wares, to do these things. And sometimes I just feel like I have to do it because, but I don't like to do them things, and I know I have to learn to do, because some of the things that I don't like to do, I need to do to actually live. Like I need to learn to wash wares as being that everyday thing, not once every few days and thing like that. And I need to learn that cleaning up is an everyday thing too. So like those things are just part of maturity. I'm young. I was 23 and I'm growing and learning, and I didn't get this kind of help from my parents. They were just like, do this, do that. They kind of use me like if they need things done or they have responsibilities that they don't want to do. Like my mom, if she don't want to wash the wares, she'll call me to do it. And I just remember that's just a normal thing for Caribbean people. Like they just use the children to do everything around the house, and then we Caribbean people, we children just make a bunch of jokes about it. But in the end, it was some real traumatic shit to have you as like a little maid in the house doing things in the disguise that they're teaching you, and you're not learning anything, because we're going to learn if you don't want to be there. We're going to learn if you're just doing it to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're doing it to just get it done because it's something that you don't want to do but you have to do, You're not learning anything. You learn. You know what you're learning? You're learning that this thing is hard and this thing is uncomfortable. And when I get my freedom, I don't want to do this thing anymore because I don't want hard and uncomfortable anymore. You know. But yeah, if you had somebody to teach you that hard and uncomfortable is normal and good and it's okay and it's alright to feel uncomfortable when you're doing things, and those are things you just have to learn that is okay. But if you don't understand that being uncomfortable is okay and stuff, like, then you can't really do it just so. You have to teach yourself slowly that okay, it's alright to be uncomfortable, it's normal, it's human. And and yeah, so what I think is that if it is you confused by pronouns and you get like, like, oh god, what is them? But them, and I call them what? There's not even a he or a she, there's something else. Because like I used to go by they, and if still people call me they, like it's fine, it's alright, because again they're referring to you, right? So when people miss your pronouns, right, on purpose, those people, they just don't get it. They don't understand that it's not about them. It's really not about them. It's about the person who have the need to be seen, right? And for who they are. They ask to be seen this way. They say that this is who I am, and you disrespectfully do the opposite because you want to feel comfortable. But it's not about you. It's really not about you. It's about the person who's going through whatever it is they're going through, or if it is that's their identity, and you come and you shit on their identity just because it's comfortable for you. Like, I don't think that is really nice. But I mean, some people think that they have to do that because they feel like if they start saying something that will interrupt their own identity crisis or whatever, and make them ask real questions to themselves on what is gender and what am I not seeing here. Like, your perspective is not all it have. It have many people's perspectives, and I developed this opinion and this point of view because I have some very racist family members and people who not the hate against the LGBT community. So there's homophobic people, there's bigots who just full of, I don't know what the hell going on in their head, but they're really homophobic, and like they think if like homophobia is like the thing, like if you're not homophobic then okay. I don't know what it is, but I just think I needed to say this out loud because I don't want to lose myself being around them. And yes, so that's what I believe on pronouns. I think everybody have a right to choose whatever they want to be and whoever they want to be, and we should respect that in people. If we want to have respect for our identity from people too, we should respect others.